obviously, like you said, more tools being readily available. I'm thinking about AI right now, and there's this conversation around restricting access potentially for certain domains of knowledge, especially in regulated fields. But I think a better approach is probably giving people that information so that they can go ahead and use it as a tool so they can teach themselves how to do things, because it can be a useful tool in teaching yourself how to do something new. But then looking at ways to, rather than relying on one centralized person to come out and inspect and validate that whatever you built is done correctly, or having to hire somebody that went through some accreditation program. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions. You don't want somebody building a bridge that learned how to do it the DIY way. But for smaller projects, having some way that they can run through some sort of self-paced assessment, um, and some sort of evaluator of competency and skills, and then allowing that to serve as basically a substitute for the need for an inspection from some centralized body. And just saying, yeah, you've gone through this program, you've demonstrated competency go by taking this assessment, and we now know that you should be able to build a shed and
Or if they even
do
had
it
to
in
upload
a
photos of the
confidential.
shed.
Yeah, or
Like
yeah,
this
take
is
it
this
even
is
further.
not,
Upload, yeah, yeah,
this is how low the bar has come. Like
upload a video walkthrough.
there there is a feeling that, and what it looks like is nothing new. I think it's this we have this bureaucratic massive change. We have this ability to centralize so much and to have, and probably it does save a lot of lives when it comes to uh, you know, uh buildings and fire safety and all of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
I think, we're looking for the best of both worlds, right? And I think if you think about it, even like the way that let's say you have kids, right? You teach kids, right? It's sort of like, you could be the kind of parent that has to sign off and will observe every single thing that your kid does. But at some point you do realize like that's not how, that's not how life works, right? Like kids have to be able to learn to handle themselves. You want to teach your kid to be able to handle themselves when you're not watching them nonstop and when you're not constantly they're not constantly asking for permission, but they have the judgment to be able to make decisions on their own and that you can trust their judgment. And I think that is a big change,
with,
not a
with,
big
with the
change,
knowledge that there will be errors along the way.
and with, and being able to learn from your mistakes.